recover from that and log
let's
in
jump
the
right
next
in.
time. And we are surrounded by some blocks. We are in Hong Kong with that taxi. They are looking for more information though. Not sure if I would do so in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I almost thought we were in Japan because it looked like we were very low. And if Clement is stuck in here, he might go Japan. Because his movement is very slow. I think his internet is a bit not on the good side, but he eventually made it out.
Yeah, okay, but with this landscape he should realize it is Hong Kong. With all the skyscrapers surrounded by the mountains.
Yeah, you said landscape, but I didn't really see any trees.
I meant the mountains around the big buildings.
Surroundings in general.
Yeah, and this looks like Brazil. We are in a big city. We have a round pole, which, you find more.
There is a phone code. I think it's 43 or something, and that is definitely Santa Catarina or somewhere in that region. And Clement is in Sao Paulo.
Yeah. Sp4ghet did pick that up.
Good points. And it seems like Clement can't really move with his internet, so he will definitely be at a disadvantage in moving games in general if he doesn't fix that issue. Because
definitely.
Against these players, you can't really afford playing no move.
Yeah, especially on this view we have in the Game Master, it's really hard to tell whether someone has good connections or not. Because it looks pretty much the same for everyone, even though some players might struggle a bit with their connection.
Yeah, should be West Kalimantan here.
Indonesia here, yeah.
And we have a very different guess.
Okay, I thought...
I also thought the post were West Kalimantan, so this could be massive.
Yeah. That is indeed a lot of points. Sp4ghet isn't happy about that one at all.
Yeah, he knows he missed something there. Because in Indonesia, all you sometimes need is a pole, because some of them are very distinct, and West Kalimantan being one of those that is very distinct usually.
Yeah, definitely, and we are in Europe here, Mediterranean landscape. I thought Italy, and they both are in Italy, I think. It's on the map, yeah. Sp4ghet already got a pin down in Italy. And Clement also hovering over Italy. We have a sign for Clement here.
And we're between SA and RC. And RC stands for Regio Calabria, which is at the very bottom of the boot. And if Sp4ghet doesn't realize that, he's gonna be in trouble here. He's gonna almost lose the game.
Clement should be very close here where he is.
He might see the game.
Ooh, that might be it. We have 2.5x damage, but
that is almost the game.
Survives with 142 health. He really needs to log in here.
Yeah. These like abbreviations for Italian towns are very important because on highway signs they always just give you like RC, which is not Radu C, as we know. It's actually Reggio Calabria.
Actually. You see them a lot, not only on highway signs, you see them on AdWords, on billboards.
Don't know what SA stands for, maybe Salerno, but we're in India.
Could be,
That's what really matters. And we had Hindi, I think.
Yeah, a lot of English as well.
It's a city name, but I've never heard of it, so it might just be close to a big city.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it is somewhere around Delhi.
Sp4ghet putting his guess down, and it says Delhi.
Yeah.
And does Clement not know where that is? Wait. Okay. That's...
oh, he's not happy about that one.
Okay. I don't know what he did, but it looked like he pulled out a kung fu trick there or something. Yeah, definitely not happy. He definitely knows where Delhi is. But maybe he thought it was to the north and that he was very far away. So yeah, definitely a bit frustrating for him because if he clicks Delhi, he would have at least survived and would have been pretty close actually. So,
I just mentioned it. What we see is not exactly what they see on their screen. So it could have maybe loaded up very late for him. He might have tried to switch. He might have by accident panned the other way. It could be so many scenarios. I'm pretty sure Clement knows where Daly is.
Yeah.
Really unlucky there. And
this game was an up and down, really.
Sp4ghet is really happy to get that one.
Yeah, that was
picking up the win.
That was quite the up and down. Seems like both players not really like very consistently on moving, because we've seen 2 very bad guesses from both, and the multiplier kind of made the difference there.
Yep.
So
definitely.
That game was really up in the air, and yeah, Sp4ghet at a very big advantage now. But I think Clement can definitely take him in no move and NPC. So let's hope we'll
definitely
get to see an NPC game.
Who knows? I would like to see an NPC game today. Let's see if we get it. On this one, we are in South Africa here. With those lines, yellow auto lines, the signs are headed for left side driving. However, with this landscape, I wouldn't say it's too easy to tell where you are in the country.
Yeah, we have a few random hills which you get pretty much everywhere. Sometimes it's just on the label South Africa where you get these mountains.
Yeah, especially with the dry sandy landscape, I would say somewhere in the middle of the country makes sense.
Clement deciding to hedge a bit more, although I kind of liked his first guess, and it was on the label, as I said.
Yeah.
That's usually where you get those very like small mountains, very noticeably.
Yeah, definitely.
But nothing lost on that round. He gained 70 points.
Not at all. So what do we have here?
I'm not quite sure right now. I didn't really see anything. It almost looked like a cacti. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have a wooden pole, or is that
pole is weird, yeah.
I really like the Bahia guess with those cacti though. Could even be a bit more northeast, but I quite like Bahia as a state guess.
Yeah, all from Bahia all the way to the northeast can have very similar looking areas.
Turns out to be Alagoas and Sp4ghet. Pretty close to it.
Yeah. On to the next round here. Looks like we have a Thailand pole. It's square with these holes in it. Everything else also would say looks pretty Thai with those banana plants.
Pretty hard to region guess. One of the palms looked very southern, the one that is on Clement's screen right now. But the rest I can't really make out.
Yeah, it looks pretty tropical.
And if we see a very south guess, Clement could lose the game even in round 3, and that would be a clean sweep 2-0 by Sp4ghet. So definitely going to be very interesting to see where this round ends up to be, because you can get this palm even in the max north, where Sp4ghet is scanning right now. There is
I don't dislike the southern guess though. I don't dislike it. Doesn't strike me as it, but
could see it. And it turns out to be very north.
Yeah.
That is not enough to win the game, but that puts him in a very comfortable situation, because the multiplier is not that high yet. So if he keeps getting the country, eventually he will get a bit closer in one of them. And this looks like a round where he could get a bit closer. Looks very far north.
Yeah, this could even be on the border with Sweden.
I think it is on the border with...
or Russia, I shall say.
Yeah, I think it's a road south of Kirkenes.
Yeah.
I've seen this road before, I think.
I feel like that road is a bit more hilly, but definitely also has some parts where it's a bit more flat.
It's also super risky to guess, because you're so far away from everything else. You're basically in Russia, and the closest points are in Finland. So it's a very risky guess, but I could see this being the border with Russia.
Yeah, they are both in the pocket
south a bit further east, so if it is that road... I don't like
that guess, because I feel like it's either east or west of where they guessed, but not where they actually are. Yeah,
and
it's the border road with Russia.
The border road. Casters knowing something at least.
Yeah,
definitely one of the most unique roads, I think.
Yeah, it has been around forever since we started playing, and we definitely have seen that road more times than Clement and Sp4ghet, who are still fairly new to the game, I would say.
Yeah, sometimes the old players have an advantage.
Yeah, on old coverage, I would say you get an advantage.
But in this round, I am lost. Seems like they are also not very sure. We are in US or potential Canada.
Say it should be the US by the looks.
Yeah, the road is very bad.
We have a front plate there, though, right?
It looks like it. It looks very...
No.
We'll just guess Ohio just for the meme, but...
I don't know.
Not really sure. New Hampshire.
Meme will help you. New Hampshire is interesting. It didn't strike me as New England at all.
We have two very different guesses.
We are more inland. I like Clement's guess a little bit more. Yeah, we are.
That might be the win for Clement.
He's actually in the right state there, I would say. And that's enough to strike back with the multis.
Wow.
Getting that win.
Also a game up and down. Really, it was just a down for Clement, but then he just pulled this round off. And
yeah, definitely.
Sp4ghet definitely not happy. Again,
no,
multipliers not in his favor.
Especially after the Thailand round where he didn't commit north and just stick in the middle of the country, which did allow Clement to strike back. I feel like Sp4ghet is really gonna think about that now and not be happy about it, but I hope he keeps his mental because he will need it.
Especially in NMPC, I see Clement favored heavily actually, because that is really the mode he really excels on, and it's going to be very hard for Sp4ghet, but seems like both of them not really on top of their game, both kind of making mistakes here and there, so we can see really anything happening in the NMPC, but it seems like Clement's internet went out or something because his webcam is gone.
Yeah,
well, there's a cat.
A cat on his screen. I don't think that's Clement.
Yeah, W cat. Go. Yeah. The cat is chilling. Like we have to wait on him reconnecting.
He seems to have some connection issues.
The question is,
okay, we have him back.
Some hand
traveling
cam
around. He's playing moving IRL. At least he's panning IRL.
Okay. There he is.
Yeah, getting a good angle there. Looking good, Clement. Yeah.
Let's keep it in focus. Okay, we can't see you, but
all right.
now we can.
Yeah. This works. I like the new angle.
Yeah. Spice it up mid-game. Maybe he was partying a bit too hard after that guess. I mean, we saw his reaction after the moving game, so...
Saw a karate kick, so... Has to rebuild up his setup after that flip.
Meanwhile, Sp4ghet just sitting there. He's like, what's going on? I wonder if the player can see each other in like the waiting screen.
Don't know.
Very interesting.
Would be interesting to know, actually. Yeah. Yeah, they both should lock in now, though, because we got a very hard game mode coming up. NMPC, no move, pan, zoom. You only get a still image and make a guess based on that. That's really the mode where you can show off how good you are or how lucky you are. I would say it can go either way on NMPC.
You guess it doesn't have anything to do with luck.
Yeah, a lot of rounds can be very non-distinct and don't have a clue.
Especially in Europe.
Yeah.
Europe
in a
can be quite hard.
forest, if you're somewhere on a random road, and yeah, as you already said, in Europe where a lot looks the same, it can just come down to a little bit of luck involved, but that's the beauty of the game.
It will hopefully even out over 20 weeks. It most definitely will.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like at the end of the day, over the long run, it's still the better player who wins usually.
It seems like we're going in.
We are
match
so
free.
back.
NMPC 1-1 on the table. Who can take the game?
Starting off in Europe, non-distinct.
Yeah, very bad pavement. Usually a clue for Hungary or Bulgaria. Doesn't strike me as Bulgaria.
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't say it's a very
Hungary.
bad pavement though. I've definitely seen worse.
Seen worse, yeah.
Well,
we have a France
zoom. Yeah. I don't really like France because I don't feel like you get guardrails on roads like this in France.
And the road
I feel
lines.
like that's more of an Eastern thing, more like Hungary, Romania. Those are the countries that I associate with.
Yeah, Clement hedging exactly that border between Hungary and Romania, so he agrees.
Yeah, I like that.
But thinking about Poland, I could definitely see Poland just because of the trees next to the road, but you will stay in France, it seems, and Clement will stay in Hungary.
Yeah, that can already be a lot of points here for
Down
Clement,
one.
especially if it's East Hungary. And it is Romania on the border to Bulgaria. And that's already 2.2k for Clement. Picking up the lead here on the first round.
Can be happy that this was round 1. Anything after round 3 would have been devastating. And he is in his home country now.
Yeah, we are indeed in Japan here. Yeah, I would say this is also nondescript. I mean, we have a poll. I don't think there's any strong clue attached to it, though.
Quite literally.
Don't
see an attachment, so...
Yeah, nothing at all.
Both of them in Osaka. That's kind of the middle of the middle. If you don't consider north, then that's kind of your place to guess.
Yeah, it's not a yellow guardrail. We got a guardrail to work with here. So maybe you can rule out Yamaguchi, even though Yamaguchi has other guardrails as well, and it is in Kyushu. Could have really been anywhere, but I think this is a fair outcome.
Yeah, both of them will be like, okay, that's just Japan and NPC. Not sure how we're supposed to guess this, but this is also going to be very interesting.
Yeah, we have what they call a boxcar in India, which you usually found more in the western big cities.
Doesn't look like the traditional one.
Yeah.
We have the very bad camera indicating India, obviously, but urban India can be quite tricky. Because usually you use the language or the landscape, and here you have neither. So we have two very different guesses again. I mean, the game could end right here.
It could be. If someone is very close here. I don't know. It didn't strike me as West Bengal, but...
Let's see. That is gonna be the win for Clement. Flawlessing NMPZ against Sp4ghet. Yeah, basically just 2 rounds. The Japan was not really a factor in this game. But the Romania and the India will be enough for him to take this game. Very risky guess there.
Definitely.